Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. In the previous episode, we spoke about the word Malik from the verse Maliki Yawmiddin. Today we'll talk about the second part, Yawmiddin. Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu says that Yawmiddin means the day of recompense, the day of giving account. On that day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to take account from his creation, evil for evil, good for good, except for those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides to forgive. The word deen means reckoning or the reward or punishment, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, يَوْمَ إِذٍ يُوَفِّيهِمُ اللَّهُ دِينَهُمُ الْحَقِّ. On that day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will pay them deenahum, for their deeds in full. Like in another place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَإِنَّا لَمَدِينُونَ. Shall we be raised up again to gain rewards or to gain punishment? Even here the word lamadinun, deen, is used. Or how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said it in a hadith, al-kayyisu man dana nafsah wa amila lima ba'da al-maut. A clever person is he who reckons himself and works for the year after. So to explain the word reckon, even in this sentence, dana, deen, is used. Coming to the next verse, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. You do we worship and you we ask for help. Now linguistically, ibadah means subdued. Like for instance, a paved road in Arabic is called mu'abbada. But in religious terminology, ibadah means utmost love, humility and fear. Something amazing in this verse. The object is mentioned before the doer of the action. The object, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who's being worshipped, is mentioned before. Iyyaka, it is you. And then the doer of the action, which is us, is mentioned afterwards. So this adds more importance, because the meaning of this verse will be now, it is only you that we worship and it is only you that we rely on. And this is the best form of obedience. Our whole religion is implied by these two ideas. That is why some of the Salaf, some of the scholars have said that Surah Fatiha is the secret of the whole Quran, and Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in is the secret of the whole Surah Fatiha. Another important point to understand from this verse is that first we have praised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying Iyyaka na'bud. It is only you that we worship. And then we are asking for help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Iyyaka nasta'in, and it is you that we rely on. So from this, the scholars explain that this is the best method of asking for aid from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Firstly, to praise the being that you are asking for aid from, and then ask for the aid. And also you ask for help for others, like in the next verse, Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, and guide us. We are including everyone. Inshallah, we'll talk about that verse in the next episode.